you, Steve. Appreciate it very much. And friends, Steve is absolutely right. I love the demo. To me, the demo is one of the most powerful tools that we have as United Financial Freedom agents. So yes, I have been working on a new demo. I'm constantly working on improving, but today I want to ask you guys all a question. If you think about the three different offset accounts that United Financial Freedom offers, in other words, the three offset accounts that somebody can use as the engine that drives their Money Max account, what are those three offset accounts? They are a checking and savings, that's one. They are a home equity line of credit, that's two. Or a properly structured and properly sized IUL wealth builder account. That's three. So today I want to ask all of you, could you potentially leverage both a high interest savings account and a home equity line of credit simultaneously with the Money Max account program? Could you do both? The answer is yes, you can. And it's incredible what the results are. Friends, this is John and Rebecca. I want to show you what the Money Max account can do for John and Rebecca. And I hope you're paying attention. I want your full attention. For the next 20 minutes, give me your full attention, because this will melt your mind and blow you away of what the MMA can do. John and Rebecca have $500 in their checking. They have that high yield savings account at Vio Bank. They've got 312814 in that high yield savings account. They've got a property that's worth $535,000. So total assets, $538,000. Now inside of that high yield savings account, they've got their emergency fund set at $2,000. What does that mean? If they've currently got 3128 in there and they never wanted to drop below $2,000, that's their emergency fund. They've got 1128 in there that can be used towards paying off debt. Now, here's a couple of more questions I want to ask you. As I show you John and Rebecca's debts, please look closely, analyze their debts, and decide if these were my debts and I did not have the Money Max program, what order would I try to pay off my own debts? Friends, one of the questions we always get with people is they're saying, oh, could I just do this on my own? Could I accomplish the same thing on my own? Could I do this myself without investing a little bit of money and getting the Money Max account? Friends, as I show you John and Rebecca's debts, watch closely and decide if these were my debts and I did not have the Money Max account, in what order would I try to pay them off on my own? All right, everybody ready? Here's John and Rebecca's debts. They've got an American Express card, 24% interest, 1710 balance. Car loan, 3.99% interest, 37,690 balance. Costco Visa, 24.99% APR, 2109 balance. MasterCard, 21.99%, 4877 is the balance. Anything jump out at you, friends? What would you pay off first if you're going to try and do it on your own? What would you pay off second if you were going to try and do this on your own? What would you pay off third if you were going to try and pay this off on your own? If you were going to try and figure it all out? Maybe it's none of those. Maybe it's the mortgage. John and Rebecca have a $283,892 balance on their mortgage at 3.55%. I'm going to open that up and show you what that really means. Even though they're 3 years into it, they've got 324 payments left. If you look at the interest and principal portion of their fully amortized payment, $839.85 right now going to interest out of that $1,363. What does that mean? It means that even though they're 3 years into this 3.55% APR mortgage, they're actually really paying 61.59% interest on that mortgage. Friends, we've done a lot of teaching in the past about the difference between APR and total interest percentage, and that's something that you all need to understand. So again, how would you pay off their debt if it was up to you to figure all that out? Now, John and Rebecca bring home about $7,900 a month take home. They've got a household budget set at $4,000 a month with their debt payments. It's about $6,451, and you've already seen on the dashboard that they're going to be debt-free in 9.6 years and save $113,000 with the Money Max account. So here we go. Here's May's action plan for John and Rebecca. How many of you said, hey, I would pay off the MasterCard first and I would use the money from the HELOC to do it? I would borrow $4,966.53 from the home equity line of credit and pay off that MasterCard. How many of you chose the MasterCard as being the number one priority that they should pay off? Secondly, how many of you chose the car loan, that little 3.99 APR car loan? How many of you chose that as being the second debt that you would go after? Friends, my point is you'll never be able to outsmart the Money Max account because of all of the algorithms and formulas and mathematics going on behind the scenes. You will never be able to pinpoint the exact precise amount, when to pay, how much to pay, what vehicle to use, how to do that, and how to manage it all on your own. Are you kidding me? You will not be able to match the Money Max account. Now notice that it's borrowing $7,475 from the HELOC on the car loan. And I'm going to show you what that means. It brings that balance on the car loan down to $30,000. All right, everybody with me? Now, again, I asked, can you leverage a savings account and a HELOC at the same time? Yes, you can with the Money Max account. Notice that John and Rebecca are putting their paychecks into their savings account. Why? Because they're earning 5.3% there. And the Money Max is taking advantage of that. Even if it's only for a week or a month or whatever it is, even a few days, every penny matters. Every penny matters, friends. If you want your money to be efficient for you, every penny matters. And it's telling them when to move money from savings to checking to make sure that they've got money in the checking to pay the bills that it sees that are coming up. And then it has them moving money from savings to the HELOC to compress the interest that they would have otherwise been charged on the home equity line of credit. Friends, this is incredible. It's absolutely life-changing. And then notice that, when they pay off the Costco Visa up here, that's bringing that down to a zero balance. What are we going to go after next? The American Express. Notice that it didn't finish paying off the car. It paid a portion of the car loan, and then it went over, okay, now we've got to pay the Costco Visa. Now we've got to pay the American Express. It pays portions of whatever debts you might have, and it recalculates all the math and respins it to the point where this is now the most efficient path for you. Friends, you just can't do that on your own. You're not going to figure all that out on your own. Now, I'm going to show you what all of this means. And by the way, it's not paying off the American Express in full. There's still a balance. Now, I'm going to go fairly fast here because of time constraint. We've got limited time to show you here today, but I'm going to kind of go through the rest of the 3 months on the action plan, and you'll see that they're just moving money from savings to checking and then savings to the HELOC to compress the interest there. And they're just kind of following the action plan. It's telling them exactly what to do and when to do it. It's pretty simple to understand and do. All right, so everybody understand the program chose, hey, we're going to go after the MasterCard first, and then we're going to go after the car loan, and we're going to borrow $7,475 on a HELOC to do that. Now, is there an income opportunity with United Financial Freedom? Yes, and it's the most lucrative income opportunity on the planet, in my opinion. It is huge. So John and Rebecca decide we need to do this at least to the point where we're helping a couple of families a month A couple of families a month at an average commission of $1,000 take $500 out for taxes. That means if they help a couple of families a month part-time, they're going to add $1,500 a month to their income. What does that do? Notice that it took them from 9 years down to 6.3. Now they're saving $135,000 instead of $113,000. Notice that precise payoff date. Friends, that's helping 2 families a month part-time. What does it do to the action plan? Oh my goodness. And by the way, I'm going to back up there for a minute. You notice when I put that extra income in, I put it in at the end of June. The end of June. And yet, here we are back on their action plan. And went ahead of myself. Even though it's not happening till the end of June, because the program recognizes that that's coming up, now it's going to take a little bit more of a risk, and it's going to borrow $9,975 from the home equity line of credit to pay down the car loan after the MasterCard. Would you have figured that out? Would you have understood all of that on your own? Friends, no. We will never, none of us, I don't care who you are, even if you've got an engineering degree and a mathematical degree and a degree in finance, friends, you're not going to outwit or outsmart the Money Max account. And I'm just going to go through all of this pretty quickly because, again, now look where we're coming down to the balance on the cards, and we're paying off the credit cards in full, and the balance on the car loan is now down to $25,000 in June, just because they're going to help a couple of families a month part-time. And I'm going to go through the rest of this really quickly because, friends, this gets really powerful. Are you paying attention? John loses his job. Uh-oh. Is that the end of John and Rebecca's journey with the MMA? Is their quest to become debt and financially free over? Nope. The Money Max account says, hey, John and Rebecca, sorry you lost your job, but you're going to be okay for 5.2 years. You're not going to run out of money till September 30th of 2029. Friends, do you know what kind of peace of mind that is? How powerful that kind of information is? And John decides, hey, I'm going to go full time with United Financial Freedom. He decides, I'm going to build an agency within the lucrative United Financial Freedom Agency model business plan, and he estimates that he can go out and make at least $3,000 a week net just by building an agency, getting some agents on his team and helping people every day. What kind of difference is that going to make for John and Rebecca? They're going to be debt-free in 2.8 years and save $156,978. Look at that payoff date. And look what the Money Max now tells them to do on their action plan. Remember when it was borrowing $7,400 from the HELOC to put on the car loan? And then when they started helping people part-time, it went to $9,000, and now it's $11,000, friends. And let me go through the rest of this because you want to see this. I'm going to go through these pretty quickly because of time's sake. Look at this on the car loan, the end of day balance out of July, 3 months into it. That car balance has gone from $37,000 down to $6,100. All of the credit cards paid, and look how it wiped out that car loan in such a short period of time. So remember when I asked you at the beginning, look closely, if these were your debts and you didn't have the MMA, what would you try to do on your own? Now that you've seen what the MMA can do, please be honest with yourself and me. Could you have figured all that out on your own? Friends, you can try and do it yourself till you're blue in the face. I promise you, you would not be on track to be debt-free in 2.8 years and on track to save $156,000 without the Money Max account. So the question is, friends, if you haven't bought the Money Max account program yet, why? Why have you not bought it yet? What could the Money Max account do for you?